The multiple bounce roll is also called the buzz roll or orchestral roll or pressed roll. Not to confuse you, but that's what some people call them. We're going to call it the multiple bounce roll. It's multiple bounces in each hand. So a double stroke roll is 2 notes per hand, playing doubles. The multiple bounce rolls, several. And we want to get these as smooth as possible. So try to get your multiple bounce rolls to sound like a sustained note, because that's what we do. We're not a wind instrument, and these drums don't sustain. The cymbals do a little bit, but there's no sustain. So in order to get a long note, we have to play a roll, and in this case, a buzz roll, okay? Or a multiple bounce roll, sorry. Changing the lingo. All right, so multiple bounce roll. You're going to find this in a lot of different drum set applications, different styles of music. The multiple bounce roll is going to come in very handy, very handy. So we're going to try and exercise. We're going to break it down and try to get the stick to buzz as long as you can. We're going to start with some long notes and then eventually get it to where our hands are moving in a motion so that the roll is smooth. We're going to start with half notes and go to quarter notes, then quarter note triplets, then eighth notes, then eighth note triplets, and then 16th notes. And they're going to repeat that starting on the left hand. So once again, very important to start with the left as well, or follow with the right. You can play it on a pad, but you're going to hear this better on a drum. And before we get going, make sure you're playing off center. Okay, so the driest part of the drum, the most articulate, shortest articulation on the drum is right dead center. That's where the least amount of overtones is, right in the middle. So for buzz rolls, because we want it to sustain, we're going to play off center or even close to the edge. All right, that's going to change the timbre of the drum head. You can play, it's easier to play softer, close to the edge, but definitely at least off center. For this case, let's play off center. If you're playing on a pad, it really doesn't matter. But just so you know, when you get on a drum, that's what you need to do. Okay? So let's try this exercise. 1, 2, ready, go. You may have recognized that as the note value tree, and we're just putting buzzes on it. So you should be familiar with it. You may have also noticed that my grip changed slightly for the buzzes. Okay, so it's more of an open grip. I'm using the tips of my fingers, but definitely a lot of fingers. I'm trying to get my pinky involved, but it's okay if it's not always. It depends on the rebound of the head, the sticks you're using. But it's a very delicate thing, and you're going to have to find that magic pressure point to get the right buzz on this head with these sticks. It's going to change. So experiment with different sticks, with different heads, and work it out. Work on those buzz rolls. And remember, get them smooth, really smooth. Smooth as butter. Multiple bounce rolls. They're not easy to figure out. It's actually quite complicated, but we're going to try and make it easy. I want you to understand the pulsation and how to play it. We have to find the right hand speed for the music we're playing or the drum head we're playing on. Okay, so we're going to do a little experiment here, a little Drumeo experiment on buzz rolls. Hey Dave, can you put the metronome on at 78? So we're going to try this tempo. Tell you what, let's try eighth note triplets. Here's the tempo. triplet, triplet, triplet. I'm going to play one measure of triplets and then one measure of a buzz roll. You tell me what you think. Ready, go. No bueno, right? Okay, you can hear the pulsation. It's not smooth at all. All right, tell you what, let's try 30-second notes at that same tempo. 30-second notes, right? Here we go. Okay, 2, ready, go. Okay, that was a little rough, right? A little too fast. I wasn't comfortable at all. It sort of worked, but not really. It's too tense, all right? So we need to find something in between. Let's try sextuplets, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Money. Bingo. So for that tempo, that was 78 beats per minute, right? 78 beats per minute. It's sextuplets. We have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Okay? So what if we increase the tempo? We're going to increase it to, let's go 120, 120 beats per minute. So here's a tempo, 120. Let me go ahead and take a guess. I'm going to guess 16th notes. So 1 eana, 2 eana, 3 eana, 4 eana. That might be a little fast, but let's try it. 2, ready, go. Nope, I like it. 16th notes at that tempo. So depending on the tempo, the faster the tempo, the less time you have, so the fewer strokes you're going to use. But don't use too few because you're going to hear a pulsation. You got to find the right amount of strokes for your buzz roll. Because pretty much the buzz rolls are going to be similar hand speeds no matter what the tempo. The note value is going to change how many strokes you have in your multiple bounce rolls. All right, buzz rolls. I hope that wasn't too complicated, that you understand that buzz rolls are going to have different meters, different number of pulsations. You have to know how to do this because when you're playing music, you want to be able to meter your buzz roll and come out on a crash at the right time. So work on the meters. Later on, as you get more advanced, you can work on those odd number meters that are in between, like quintuplets and septuplets, but that's down the road, down the way. All right, but work on your meters. Okay, so you got some assignments here